Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
We've all seen them before, the ads that roll before your YouTube videos promising that you can make 10K a month or more online from your computer with no skills, no degree, and almost no work. Now, if you're a person with a functioning brain, these ads typically trigger all of the red flags in your head and you click away from them, but sometimes they get you. They use a precise ensemble of words woven together in such a way that you start to actually believe what they say. 2 free trainings later, they're asking you to pay something like $2,000 or $3,000 to sign up for their mentorship program, their course, or their mastermind group, and then quickly you're brought back down to reality. This leads us to the question of, are these gurus legit? Are online courses a scam? And can you really make money online? Well, considering I've sold thousands of courses and made thousands online over the past few years, and I've met quite a few of these gurus in real life, I thought we could answer that question today. So you found a guy who seems like he knows what he's talking about and you're thinking of buying a course from him. The most important thing to look for when buying anything from anyone is to understand their incentives. Incentives make the world go round, and incentives are what create any business. In the make money online niche, the incentives are specifically out of whack and perverse because in order to convince people you can teach them how to make money, you have to convince them that you have lots of money already. So this is why we end up getting Lambo ads and crazy lifestyle claims that are often exaggerated or just flat out lies and untrue. Because in order to convince you that they're an authority on making money, they have to sell you on the fact that they're extremely rich, even if they're not. So how do you separate the legit from the leeches? The thing you need to understand is that everyone is selling something at all times. We're constantly paying people in our time, money, and attention. YouTubers are no different. They're selling their content with catchy titles and thumbnails so they can make money from AdSense or sponsors or the social status of having a lot of followers or to send you to their merch. Selling isn't inherently a bad thing. We are all selling something. And if we're not, we're working for somebody who is. Now, I know it's fashionable nowadays to say that capitalism and selling stuff is bad, but that's honestly a huge crock of shit. The cost of living for the average human has never been higher thanks to capitalism, and before capitalism, specialization, trade, and even currencies, we were living off of the land in below poverty standards. There wasn't even a poverty line. We were chasing fucking buffaloes trying to get our next meals. The problem isn't selling. The problem is in how you sell it, whether or not it's a good product and how you treat your customers. Those are the things that matter. Shady or unethical selling is just that, shady and unethical. If somebody is selling you something, especially in the make money online space, do your research. If their background is vague, ambiguous, or unclear, that is a huge, massive fucking red flag. It should be clear, and not just clear, but blatantly obvious how this person made their money before, or what their business is that they started in the past, or what their expertise is. It should take you no more than 60 seconds to verify that what they claim and their experience is true. The proof and evidence of what this person has done should be hitting you over the head. If a guy is telling you he's going to teach you how to start a business, but the only business he's ever made is teaching other guys how to start businesses, then he can only teach you what he knows, which is teaching you how to teach other people how to start a business. And this quickly becomes multi-level marketing, pyramid scheme vibes. If the only business they've ever made successfully is teaching other people how to get rich, this is not somebody you want to learn from because they can only teach you what they know. I mean, unless your goal is to teach other people how to get rich. In that case, you could always just go join a pyramid scheme. Now, if somebody is a fitness expert and they sell you a fitness program, that makes perfect sense. This is easy to understand. The incentives are there and it's a no-brainer they'd sell a fitness program. If somebody is a cooking expert and they sell you a cooking program, that makes perfect sense. If it's unclear how this person made their money or got their expertise beforehand, that is a big red flag. If somebody is teaching you how to make money, but it's really unclear how they've made theirs, that should give you pause. Now, here's where things get really messy. A lot of these guys buy press coverage to get themselves featured in the bullshit section of Forbes, Yahoo Finance, and other magazines so that they look more legit. But chances are, if they're flaunting the publications they've been featured in, it means they probably paid a lot of money to be featured in them, and they're putting that good money to use by telling you that they were featured in that publication. If you're buying coaching or any how-to from somebody, there's nothing inherently wrong with buying coaching or any how-to from somebody, but you just want easily verifiable proof of those people doing the things they've taught you or they're trying to teach you. People can only teach you what they know. For example, Zeus and I teach dating to over 1 million people on our YouTube channel. We sell a dating course. You can go and check our hundreds of videos that we've made over the years for free within 2 seconds, within the click of a button. Being a course seller and influencer myself, I've met and interfaced with lots of these big time make money online guys, and people you would consider to be scammers, and I can see that many of them honestly outright lie in their marketing and engage in what I consider to be unethical business practices. And often the courses and information inside these programs isn't actually the problem. The problem is how the courses are being sold. Outright lying in marketing is acceptable and commonplace in this industry, unfortunately. Now, do I think all of the blame falls on the marketers for overpromising results and making false claims? Yes and no. I think there's a certain amount of responsibility that falls on the consumer. I always thought it was pretty obvious that a lot of these guys were overpromising and overhyping their products and their solutions in their marketing. I mean, they're marketers. That's almost part of the job. But here's where things get murky. The marketers are just marketing to people's existing desires. If people didn't desire what the marketers wanted, they wouldn't buy it. So even though the marketers understand that people's desires don't match what's possible in reality, they willingly play along with them for financial gain. People desire to get a lot out of a little work without producing much value or changing themselves. People want a push button, easy way to make money online fast without having to do anything hard or working a lot. And that's exactly what these marketers market. Now, this is obviously an unrealistic desire, and I fall into the camp that I think people should be responsible for their desires, whether they're realistic or not. We have to be in control of our desires and our wants. Gurus play to these desires in their marketing. The gurus are just marketing what people want. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to make money and afford all those ads that you see all over your screen. Beginners and people in general typically know what they want, but they don't know what they need in order to succeed. If you knew what you needed to make money online and start a business, then you would have already done it by now. Marketers know this, so they appeal to wants. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. All marketing appeals to our wants. All products appeal to our wants. Now, what I think is important as marketers, as business owners, is that we don't lie in order to appeal to people's wants. Now, as marketers and business owners, I think it's important that we don't lie when trying to appeal to people's wants, especially when large sums of money are involved. Lying about having the life that people want or the money that people want is unethical. Now, the ethics of it aren't black and white. I think the extent to which they're dishonest in their marketing to these desires is what determines whether or not it's scammy and unethical or not, and I don't think the line is quite black and white. My biggest problem with the make money online niche, and the reason that so few people get results, is because it fundamentally attracts the wrong people. In order to start a business, you have to feel compelled to solve a problem. It has to be important to you. Otherwise, your chances of success are slim because you just don't care about the problem you're solving. If you're doing it just for money, you've already put the customer and the health of your business in second place, in second priority, meaning you'll lose to somebody who puts the customer first. You shouldn't buy a program teaching you how to start a business you don't care about just because you think it will make you money. You won't be successful in that business. You need to understand that results are not predictable. They're not linear. If it was as simple as pay somebody money and you get money right back and you become rich, guaranteed results with no risk, then everybody would just do it. If it was as simple as paying money for someone to do something and you getting it back tenfold, everyone would be doing that. So when course sellers and gurus say that, the results are your responsibility, they're half right. Of course, you have to put out a quality product that manage expectations of what your product can achieve, but the person buying the product has to meet you halfway as well. And I know everyone's trying to sell you every way under the sun to make money online, but the thing you need to understand is that every business is the same. Make something valuable that people want and are willing to pay for and give it to them. Do this in a repeatable manner at scale, and that's literally it. You have a profitable business. Now, in practice, this is really fucking hard, depending on what business you're in, and it requires you solving enough people's problem in order to make it profitable, in order to make it scalable. It requires talent, dedicated work ethic, focus, discipline, and honestly, grit. You have to give a fuck enough about your customers and the problem you're solving in order to make something meaningful, in order to make something that people are willing to pay for. People pay you to solve their problems. They pay you in time, money, and attention. When we first started Base Zeus, we were losing thousands of dollars every month upfront because we weren't solving enough people's problems yet. Our audience hadn't grown big enough yet, so we weren't profitable. There wasn't enough people whose problems we were solving to justify a big income for our business. Getting only a few hundred views or a few thousand subscribers wasn't enough because the amount of value and the amount of people's problems we solved was still too low. Over time, as our audience grew, as we got better at understanding what our audience wanted and selling our customers products, our revenue grew along with our audience base. And it took over a year and a half to get to this point with no guarantee of returns and losing thousands of dollars along the way. Now, where do I stand on this personally? I think we need to take personal responsibility for our desires and do a better job in judging people's character. Ultimately, I think the responsibility falls on you, because if you wait around for fake gurus to stop being unethical, you're going to be waiting your whole life. They're unethical fake gurus for a reason, not because they're ethical, they're upstanding business people. That's the whole reason we call them fake gurus. Am I saying that anyone who markets stuff online or runs advertisements is a fake guru? Absolutely not. I think fake gurus are a small minority of the niche. They're just the loudest, and they are making a fuck ton of money so they can afford to put enough ads in our face. Ultimately, I think it's on you, on us, to change and to develop the judgment to find the real from the fake. Because the worst part about the fake guru space is that they make all course sellers and all people who are actually making money online in real ways look bad. Now, anytime you see an ad on YouTube or someone who's selling a course that is legit and is honest and really does get results, your guard is up and all of the red flags are there from the PTSD we have from these fake gurus. The point I'm trying to make here is that you need to do your own research, and you can't be a fucking idiot. Because the type of person who doesn't do their research and spends tons of money impulsively with no research on who he's buying from and whether this person is legit is the last person who should be starting a business. And honestly, you probably deserve to get scammed for being a fucking idiot. And again, at the end of the day, I'm a barely good entrepreneur. Our business has been lucky to have some success. We've grown an audience, and we have enough to support ourselves and our team. But I'm not the biggest, best entrepreneur that you should be taking all of your advice from. But what I've learned is that if the inspiration to start a business comes from a YouTube ad, you're probably not serious about starting a business. You probably should not start one, because starting a business is fucking hard and is equivalent to emotional abuse. Specifically in the make money online and the business space, you do not need a fucking mentor. The thing you need to do is take action and get started, and stop fucking wasting time clicking around watching YouTube videos and doing research, which is really just procrastination from doing the hard thing, which is going out there and doing something people want and are willing to pay you for. Now, in spaces like fitness, health, cooking, there's tons of other spaces. A mentor or a course is probably very helpful. And in Make Money Online, a course might be helpful if you think it's legit and you think the person selling it to you is honest, authentic, and who he says he is, then it's almost certainly worth it. But you don't need to pay money for a mentor. You can pay them in time, work, and labor. If you want to be an entrepreneur, my advice has been the same for years. You can go back on this channel years ago and see that go intern or offer to work for free or get a low-paying job or internship in the industry that you want to start a company in, at a company with seasoned entrepreneurs who are already doing it, and work under those people who are successfully doing what you want to do. This is exactly what I did. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I interned for $14 an hour at a startup company in Manhattan under a seasoned team of entrepreneurs who have successfully built companies before, and they taught me almost everything I know about business. And I think if I did not have this internship, Zeus or any of the other businesses I've worked on would not have been successful. I also took internships where I was paid no money. I was losing money on transportation to get there because I was working under entrepreneurs who I was getting more out of working for them than they were out of me. But again, I wasn't paying them money. The exchange wasn't purely money-based in the confines of a course. Human relationships are predicated on value exchange. Value can be in the form of money, which is paying for a course and they teach you, or you offer to work for them as an intern or apprentice for low wage or no money if you can afford it, and learn lifelong skills in return. Now, what is the final verdict? Here's my final verdict. You can make money online. You can make lots of money online. There are billions, trillions of dollars being made online across the globe, around the world, in all ways, non-fancy, fucking hard, simple, easy, intermediate, fucking ninja ways, super simple ways. You can make money online all types of ways. Some people do it as freelancers, contractors, gig workers. Some people start businesses. Some people start software companies. The thing you need to understand is that there's infinite money to be made online, on the internet, because the internet and software create infinite possibilities and infinite leverage for us to take advantage of. Now, are all courses and people who sell courses a scam? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, you just have to use your head and make fucking responsible decisions. Don't be an idiot. And for the record, because I know a lot of people are going to ask, I've been making a full-time living online since I was 20 years old, and I did not buy a single course to get up until that point. I didn't even spend any money on courses. I thought all of them were a waste of time. Now, since then, in the past few years, I've bought maybe 3 or 4 courses, and almost none of them were worth it. I think like one of them was worth it, if not. But again, I used my head. I made a responsible decision. They had a good refund policy. If the course fucking sucked, I fucking returned that shit, got my money back, and went on my way. I figured, you know, If I lose 97 bucks, 200 bucks, 300 bucks, but I learned something, you know, oh well. The courses were all full. I got a refund anyways. I have spent, this was the only program, mastermind mentorship program that was good. I spent 5,000 bucks on a mentorship program, but it was well worth it. The guy's super fucking legit. Great money back guarantee in case it didn't work, and it's already paid for itself in the knowledge and the value I got out of it. So courses can be worth it. Just do your research and make smart decisions, because if you can't use your head, employ basic judgment, and make responsible decisions, you are never going to make any fucking money starting a business, and you should stay far, far away. Because courses can be great, just don't invest more than you can afford, and make sure they have a good refund policy, and just use your head. That's it for me for today, boys. If you like this video, watch some of my other videos on my channel. I make videos about entrepreneurship, philosophy, stoicism, productivity, all types of fun stuff. I'm sure you will enjoy those. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram or sign up for my newsletter, Favorite Finds Friday, where every Friday I send an email out, a short email out of my favorite finds of the week. It could be what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, my daily reflections and thoughts, favorite quotes, books I'm reading, anything I found under the sun that is interesting and useful, and I think you will find interesting and useful as well. People love that newsletter. I get emails about it all the time. So if you guys want to join that. It's totally free, no spam, no gimmicks, and I hope to see you over there, or I'll see you in another one of my videos. Click, watch another one of my videos. They're great. I'll see you guys soon.